Okay, so let's do the first one. In zinc oxide, Zn2 plus ions are present in the interstitial sites. The reason is given, metal excess crystals have either missing cation or anion in interstitial site. So first you need to, like for these kind of question, you need to check first the credibility. That means whether the statement is true or false. So check and put a tick mark whether statement is correct or assertion is correct and reason is correct. Then only find the relation. Whether there is the connection is reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Assertion is true. Assertion is true. Assertion is true. Reason is false statement. Because anions will not come into the interstitial site. Yeah. So which will be the option? A, B, C, D. If you look into the key option. Yeah, between like 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. One between as interstitial site. Because if you put circles, no, you can't never completely take all the space. When you put circles, that is how usually we know atoms, almost like a spherical or something, atoms or element. So whenever you try to arrange them tightly packed, there will be empty spaces. The entire space, 3D space, if you arrange the stack these particles, there will be some empty spaces. Even if you have maximum tightly and organized way you do it for the particle, still there will be empty spaces. That empty spaces, like here, is called interstitials. Sites of space. Okay. They're not voids. That's different from other thing. Voids is when a empty space is created because of the arrangement of the particle. Tetrahedral and octahedral. That is different. This is not because of the particles is created. This is just because of the arrangement in 1D. Okay. Okay, so this will be assertion is correct and the reason is a wrong statement. Option will be C. Okay, let's do the next one. FeO, ferrous oxide, is non-stoichiometric with formula Fe 0.95O. That we already discussed. This is known as, what's the type of defect here? Metal deficiency or okay. Reason given is some Fe2 plus ions are replaced by Fe3 plus as 3 Fe2 plus is equal to 2 Fe3 plus. This is to maintain the electrical neutrality. So first statement is correct because actually when you look into the ratio of Fe and oxygen, it is not 1 is to 1, it is 0.95 is to 1. So statement is correct, assertion is correct. Reason, that is also correct because in order to maintain the electrical neutrality, because some metals are deficient, removed, it's not there in the site. So in order to maintain the electrical neutrality, some of the Fe2 plus will change to Fe3 plus so that with the limited number available, the electrical neutrality is maintained. Okay, yeah, sorry. So what you will be the correct option answer here? Assertion is true. Reason is also correct. But is the reason correctly explaining the assertion? No. So what will be the option? Option B. Because both assertion and reason are correct statement, but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. Right? Third one, it's about the voids. Read the statement and see. And tell me what will be the correct answer.
Ma'am, the assertion is true.
Assertion is true.
Ma'am, I don't know about the reason.
Ma'am, reason is false here.
Reason is false. Only you can say number. You cannot say about the size, right? You can't say like that, yeah, because only you can say the number of tetrahedral voids will be double the number of octahedral. That is what we discussed yesterday also during the numerical. If you take n, then n number of octahedral voids and 2n number of tetrahedral voids. So always the number will be double, but you can't say about the size. So again, it will be option C.
Ma'am, is there any reason for the number of tetrahedral being double?
Yeah, that the reason is, if you do the arrangement, you might have seen that in tetrahedral voids, it is formed by first layer, okay, these three, and in the second layer, the fourth element, the atom is coming like this. So the area which you can see as a shaded here, this is the tetrahedral void, a void space created by four tetrahedral, right? Four molecules are there or atoms are there. But when you see octahedral arrangement, this is like one arrangement, and I'll just use another color. I don't know how much it will be clear if I'll try to do it this way. The same thing, it will be like, okay, yellow is the first layer and the white is in the second layer. So when 6 of these atoms or molecule, I mean the ions or atoms are arranged, then the area which is formed is the octahedral voids. So when this octahedral arrangement happens, simultaneously such the two such areas are created. Once one octahedral void is created, simultaneously two such tetrahedral voids are possible. Just imagine in 3D way. Yeah. That's what. See, even in tetrahedral also two layer is there, but it is three in one layer and fourth one is on the another layer. So like that, if you imagine this arrangement, two such possibilities are there. That means two tetrahedral voids in one octahedral arrangement. Okay, so that is the reason. That is because it's a number of atoms getting arranged in two lanes. I mean, in the cubic close packing, I think we discussed about it. AB pattern.
Can you just repeat this
Okay,
again?
ma'am.
Okay, I'll just do it again. Tetrahedral voids mean in first layer, okay, the particles, the next layer is on at the dip of the first layer. Okay, this is the first layer. Second line, the second row is on the dip of the first line. Okay, this is the first layer, and the second layer is here, which is coming on the like this. The second layer comes. That means you take it separately, it will look like, yeah, 3 below and the fourth one like this. So the area created here, the void space created here is the tetrahedral void, because it's created by 4 atoms of the ions in the arrangement, in the 3D arrangement. Yeah, that is, I just showed it separately like here. Octahedral mean you need 6. That is how, like this. 1, 2, 3 And the next layer, the arrangement is this way. So just imagine that, and this one which is formed inside of the 6 at ions, that is will be octahedral. Yeah. But octahedral, we used to have octahedral only, no, for the 6. Yeah. We used to, for the 6, we used to have write octahedral only. Because when you learn the coordination, you will understand more like about it. So in such arrangement, the 3 yellow balls and 3 white balls are there. For that arrangement of one octahedral, such 2 are possible. This into 2 is this, right? Yeah. That is why number of octahedral voids will be always half, or you can say number of tetrahedral voids will be always double the number of octahedral, because this into 2 is octahedral. This is with size you can't determine, right? Yeah. Size you can't. So only number is what we are discussing. We don't discuss about the size. Size will be different, but you can't say it is a half. Yeah. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, ma'am, for the second question, why is the reason not the correct explanation?
Because that is missing. It is ation and cation vacancy is there, right? Deficiency is there. It is missing of Fe2 plus ions. That is why it's a non-stoichiometric defect.
Okay, ma'am.
But the explanation is given for the how it is maintaining the electrical neutrality. It is not saying that Fe2 plus ions are missing from the lattice, so that the ratio is different. The ratio of number of Fe and oxygen atom in the lattice is different. But instead they are given the explanation that how it is maintaining the electrical neutrality. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, next one. A simple one. Amorphous solids are isotropic. And the reason amorphous solids do not possess rigidity. Yeah, both statements are correct, right? Because amorphous are isotropic. That we already know, and they don't have rigid amorphous substance. Those who have done the salt analysis in the lab, you can see like different time you're getting different types. So sometimes you'll get very powdery kind of thing. That is amorphous substances. Sometimes you can see crystal. Okay, so here amorphous substance mean they won't be rigid, they don't possess rigidity. So both the statements are correct, but it's not explanation. So it will be option B. Due to Frankel defect, there is no effect on the density of a solid. The reason ion shift from lattice site to the interstice site in Frankel defect. What is Frankel defect? You should know what is Frankel defect. Then you forget today. You can't read it at the time of the exam now, so. Nobody knows the exam is
Ma'am, the
next
ion
week.
is dislocated from the lattice site to the interstitial site. That's for
Like that also you check along with the timetable only you're planning. Yeah, it's a dislocation. Dislocation where the ion is shifting from its original position to the interstitial site. So it's correct. Because density is not changing because there is no loss. Nothing is removed. Only thing is that from its original position, it is dislocated. Just like you're inside the classroom, sometime when you feel disturbed, no, you sit on the floor. Just like from your original position, you're just dislocating. like some people do. I don't want to say the name, but some people do like that. Okay, so that is Frankel defect. Okay, so that will be option A because it's the correct explanation of assertion. Reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Last one. Triclinic crystals are more symmetrical crystals. Reason, all edge length are different in triclinic crystal. What is the edge length dimensions in triclinic arrangement? Which is the most ordered and which is the most disordered? Huh? Triclinic. Which is the most ordered one?
Simple cubic.
Okay. Bravais lattice. You should know the basic. We discussed now. What we discuss is coming. Because I have not discussed anything outside that what we have to do. Because the questions related to calculation of these lattices won't be there.
Ma'am, and the most distorted is hexagonal. If I'm not wrong.
So you can see alpha not A is not equal to B not equal to C, and alpha not equal to beta not is equal to gamma.
So it's the most asymmetrical.
Yeah, for triclinic, what are the dimensions? Check your notes. Yeah, all are sitting like this. That's what I said.
Some we won't be able to.
So neither the edge length, neither the bond edge angle is. Huh? Yeah. A is wrong. Assertion is wrong, but reason is a correct statement. So that you can see here. D. Option D. Assertion is wrong and reason is a correct statement. Okay. Tired? You're waiting for the next weekend to come, right? To study chemistry? Let's see. This is for solutions. Boiling point of 1 molar urea solution is less than 1 molar glucose solution, the boiling point. The reason, molar mass of urea is 60 grams per mole, which is less than the molar mass of glucose, which is 180 grams per mole. Yeah, it's already given, but still.
Because it's a
Yeah. So here, first statement is wrong because colligative property depends on the concentration, or you can say the number of particles, right? So here, whether irrespective of whether it's a glucose or urea or whatever the substance, if it is 1 molar solution, then the depression in the freezing point or the elevation in the boiling point should be same. Whatever the concentration you're taking, if it is equal concentration, irrespective of the identity. The identity of the solute is not important. So one more thing which I want to focus, because there was one question which I saw when I was checking one of the past paper. You have to choose the statement which is not true about a colligative property. So there were so many statements which is closely connecting and you may get confused easily. But one thing is there, colligative property depends on the quantity or the amount of solute. It does not depend on the nature of solute. What about the nature of solvent? Does the colligative property depends on the nature of solvent?
No, ma'am. It depends on number of molecules. It does depend on the.
That is question.
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
add 1 gram of glucose in 100 ml of water, and if you add 1 gram of glucose in 100 ml of alcohol, will the depression in the freezing point or the elevation in the boiling point will be equal?
It will be different because both are different densities.
That's what. So it depends on the nature of solvent. right? Solvent it will affect, but what you add in terms of solute, the identity of the solute is not important, only how much quantity of solute you are adding.
It's not like the number.
The amount. So that is what it's very, all the four statements were confusing. Even I have to read 2-3 times all the four statements to choose what was the correct option. Okay, so keep that in your mind. Next one. Freezing point of a solution keeps on reducing on adding more and more solute to the solvent. The reason presence of large amount of solid solute does not allow the solution to freeze.
The reason is not.
Assertion is correct, because it's not about presence of solute freezing, it's about the vapor pressure. The change in the boiling point or change in the freezing point is due to decrease or increase in the vapor pressure. Vapor pressure is what deciding the boiling point or freezing point.
Ma'am, can you repeat why they put salt on the roads in some countries? That question, can you repeat? The
Yeah,
answer.
what ice, okay, when you sprinkle the salt is a non-volatile solute, right? When you
Yes,
add
ma'am.
a non-volatile solute, if you think of water, just think about water and you add non-volatile solute, what will happen to the freezing point? What will happen to the freezing point when you add a non-volatile solute?
Ma'am, decrease.
It will decrease. So that means freezing point will decrease than the original value. Original value of the freezing point is 0 degrees Celsius, right? Yeah. So that means freezing point will go below 0. That means freezing point and melting point is same, right, for a substance. 0 degree freezing point mean a substance will melt also, that ice will melt at 0 degree, start melting, right? Similarly, if the freezing point goes below 0, say example, go to -2 degree. That means at -2 degree, it will start melting. So the atmospheric condition is now -2. So at -2, ice is in water is in the ice form. It is in the ice form, solid state. So at -2 degree, normally it is in the solid form, but when you sprinkle the salt and the freezing point decreases, or you can say melting point decreases, so that at -2 degrees Celsius now it will start melting. So that road will be cleared. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
what's the reason the freezing point decreases when
Which
we
one?
add a non-volatile solute to the
When you add
ice?
non-volatile solute, what is happening to the vapor pressure of a pure solvent?
Decreases.
Decreases. When vapor pressure decreases in freezing point, what is the definition related to vapor pressure? Like boiling point, we got a definition. Freezing point is the temperature at which the vapor pressure of solid and liquid is equal. I mean that the three-phase diagram was there. I think we explained that diagram. In that it was showing correctly. So when vapor pressure decreases, yeah, it will affect the temperature at which it freezes.
Okay, ma'am, got it.
Okay, just look into that graph which was there in the notes. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So just connect with, because I don't have a class with you all tomorrow, so I'm just telling all the best. Those who are coming to the school first time, come and meet, okay, so that I don't have to. I just let me know whether I can identify you people, okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
All the best. Yeah, if you have any doubt, you can contact me via air.